Hello, everyone. My name is Barbara Armstrong. I'm a coach and senior manager with Charles Schwab. And today we're talking number 14 in our Candlestick Pattern series, and we're looking at 3 white soldiers. So if you're not following me on X, I invite you to do so at Barb Armstrong CS. You can also now follow me on LinkedIn as well. Know that everything that we cover in this short video session together is for information purposes only. None of it to be construed a recommendation to trade any particular pattern or any particular stock. So having said that, let's look at this candle pattern. So this pattern is known as 3 white soldiers. It is a bullish pattern, and it consists of 3 consecutive long-bodied candlesticks that are all bullish, and we're looking for each of them to close at or near the high of the day. So we want very short wicks or no wicks at the top, ideally. In fact, we want short to no wicks in general on these 3 candlesticks, because that really shows us that it opened, the bulls came in and ran the stock up. We're not looking for a hammer type pattern in this configuration. So we're looking for the open to be within the body of the preceding candle or to close to the open. So here we'd say this was close to the open, and day 3 is inside the body of day 2 when it opens, and then all of them we want to have a higher close at the end of the day. And this is particularly powerful as a signal when it occurs at a potential area of support. So that could be indicating the end of a downtrend, a longer term downtrend. It could be something that's coming back and retesting old resistance as new support in an inverted head and shoulders or cup and handle type pattern. It could be a bull flag setup, any number of things, but it is indicating that the pullback may now be, or the downtrend may now be complete. So it's indicating a reversal of a pullback or a downtrend. And while we're not looking for something specific like a close above the high of the low day on a hammer pattern at a support level, we may look to other indicators like relative strength, the MACD, trend lines, support and resistance lines, etc., to help us make a more informed decision on what we might want to do or how we might want to trade this pattern once we've identified it. So let's come out and look at some examples. So I'm going to bring up Merck. Well, actually, let's start with Home Depot. So with Home Depot, we saw a stock that was downtrending, and then it hit a low. Actually, this was a 9-month low, and the buyers came in and seemed to say, like, enough is enough. And so they drove the price up that day. It closed near the high of the day. The next day, it opened within that body, another big bullish day, and then a third day where we started within the body of day number 2 and closed close to the high of the day on day number 3. And this, in fact, did lead to, a pennant pattern setting up, a diagonal resistance breakout, and this stock has, in fact, continued to move to the upside. But it started with these 3 white soldiers. And this isn't textbook perfect in that ideally we want to see little to no wick at the bottom as well, but it gives you an idea of the sentiment behind it. So if we come and look at Goldman Sachs, here we had an inverted head and shoulders pattern that you may recognize. And for those that are kind of new to all of this, I'll just kind of draw it out. So we had this pattern with a breakout, and this old resistance appeared, and then a retest. So this looked like it became new support. And then we see this 3 white soldier pattern set up. And, again, we had 3 big white candles in a row off of a support level where, it closed at or near the high of each day, where the second candle and third candle either opened close to the close of the previous day or within the body of the previous day. And so that could be considered a 3 white soldier pattern also. And then the last one, which is Merc. And Merc, again, an inverted head and shoulders pattern setting up at, after a really a pretty bullish run that we saw here, and then this period of consolidation. And then the bulls came in, and we saw it, kind of gather here at this resistance level, resistance, 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 like it kept hitting its head. And then the bulls came in and said, yeah, enough of this resistance stuff. We're going to blow through that. And they did. And so the bulls came in second day. Now this opened a little higher than the close of the previous day. So again, it's not textbook perfect, but we've got 3 big white candles in a row, each of them closing fairly close to the high of the day. We're seeing a little bit more of a wick on this one than we'd ideally like to. But again, it's showing momentum and that the bulls are in charge here. So I hope you have found this helpful. The next one in our series will be 3 black crows, which is the inverse strategy to this one, the bearish companion to it. I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.